ఇవాళ ఆఫ్ చేస్తాను నేను అలారం. నేను ముందే లేచి కూర్చుంటాను. ఎందుకు వచ్చింది అలారం కూడా బెస్ట్ నాకు. పొద్దున్న 4 గంటల నుంచి లేచి కూర్చుంటాను నేను. సో అంచేత ఇంకా అలారం అక్కర్లేదు మనకి. నేనే అలారం.
స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం. జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ జయ శ్రీ చైతన్య జయ నిత్యానంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
జయ ద్వైత చంద్ర జయ గౌర భక్త వృంద.
శ్రీ చైతన్య చరితామృత की जय.
జయ.
श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय.
జయ.
श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
జయ.
समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय.
జయ.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 1, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is in Sesha Leela. So we have been reading about Mahaprabhu's South India travels. So we read how Mahaprabhu first went to Kurmakshetra and then to Jiyada Narasimha and then met with Ramananda Rai on the banks of Godavari. Then he went to Tirupati, and also there he subdued some atheists, argued and subdued some, defeated some atheists. From there Mahaprabhu went to Ahobalam, and then he went to Rangakshetra, Sri Rangam. And after that we saw Mahaprabhu went to Rameshwaram. From Rangakshetra he went to Rameshwaram. So in Sri Rangam we saw that Mahaprabhu spent 4 months, Chaturmas, in Sri Rangam, and he stayed with Trimalla Bhatta. And then he went to Rameshwaram. What happened in Rameshwaram? Yes, he went to he saw Lord Rameshwaram is there. We saw that it's Lord Shiva's temple there, where Lord Ramchandra worshipped Lord Shiva. Yeah. And then also we saw Mahaprabhu went to Trivandrum, Anantadev temple, Padmanabh temple, then Vasudev temple, like that. So that's where we are. Let me just quickly go back and just the past few translations I will read, so you will get a recap. Yes, Paramanandapuri. Okay. So after Rangakshetra, Mahaprabhu met Paramanandapuri. He continued. So after the 4 months, he continued to travel in South India, and he met Paramananda Puri. Then also Bhattataris. Remember, Bhattataris are the they are the priests of the Nambudari Brahmanas in Kerala, and so the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kala Krishna Das, was captured by these Bhattataris. How do they do? How do they capture? They are good at black arts. They are tantrics. So they, like possess, right? Somebody by chanting mantras. They can either kill them, destroy them, and also they can make them do different things, work for them. They can make, by possessing someone, they can make that person work for them. Work for them means do various sinful activities like that. So the servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kala Krishna Das, was possessed by these Bhattataris. But Mahaprabhu is so kind, he went and he literally brought him back, holding his hair, he dragged him back. This is the mercy of Mahaprabhu, right? He never leaves his servants. If required, he will even hold him, grab him by the hair and bring him back. So that part we read. So when did that happen? Also, right, it says Nambudari Brahmanas. So this is after Nambudari Brahmanas means the priests of those Brahmanas, right? Nambudaris. The priests are called Bhattataris, and in Bengal sometimes they're called Bhattamaris, Prabhupada says. Okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached that Lord Krishna's name should also be chanted by Brahmanas who were accustomed to chanting Lord Rama's name. Yes. So Krishna's name is also should be chanted by those who are devotees of Lord Rama. They should chant Krishna's name also. This is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached. Then he met Sri Rangapuri. Yes, also we read about this Brahmana. Where did this come? In his travels further after the Bhattataris. So Mahaprabhu met with a Brahmana called Sri Rangapuri, and he is a devotee of Lord Ramchandra, and he had great suffering. What was his suffering? How Sita Devi was touched by Ravana. He could not eat, he could not do anything, he was so depressed. So Mahaprabhu pacified him, and then he continued further south, and then he came to Rameshwaram. So I'm just going over so you remember the sequence. So from Ranganath, then he met Paramananda Puri, and after that he delivered Krishnadas from the Bhattataris. Then he met Sri Rangapuri, the Brahmana, who suffered because of the thought that Sita Devi is touched by Ravana. So Mahaprabhu met that Sri Rangapuri. Then he had a discussion with the Tattvavadi community. So we also saw Tattvavadis are actually coming in the disciplic line of Madhvacharya. Nevertheless, they were different from in their philosophy, they are different from the Vaishnavas coming from Madhvacharya. Okay, they felt, but when they discussed with Mahaprabhu, they were defeated and they could actually accept that they were inferior to the Vaishnavas. Their philosophy was inferior to the Vaishnavas. When did this happen? After meeting Sri Rangapuri and traveling for the south, the discussion with Tattvavadis happened. And then we read that Mahaprabhu visited the temples of Anantadev, Purushottam, Sri Janardhan, Padmanabh, Vasudev, like that. So this is in Trivandrum, Ananta Padmanabh temple. We discussed that yesterday. So after having a discussion with the Tattvavadis, then Mahaprabhu visited the Anantadev, Padmanabh, Purushottam, Sri Janardhan, Vasudev temples. Then we also saw the Lord delivered the 7 tal trees. So in that context we discussed about in Ramayana how Lord Ramchandra shot an arrow which passed through all these 7 Saptatal trees. Then when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to this place again, so this is close to Rameshwaram. Rameshwaram is where they built the bridge. So before that, right, the Lord is on the way now. So, Mahaprabhu delivered these trees by going and embracing each of these trees. He sent them back to Godhead, like that. Okay. Then Mahaprabhu came to Setubandha, Rameshwar, and visited the temple of Lord Shiva known as Rameshwar, Rama Ishwar, right? Rameshwar is the temple of Lord Shiva in Setubandha. Then, yes, here, remember that Srirangapuri Brahmana who was suffering. So here when Mahaprabhu came to Rameshwar, there he saw in this Kurma Purana, that actually Sita Devi was not kidnapped by Ravana. A false Sita, Maya Sita, was manifested, and the original Sita was kept with Agni. You see, Agni is always pure. Anytime you want to purify something, you put it in fire, then it becomes purified. So there's no question of being contaminated by staying in fire. Sita ji was kept in Agni. And then Maya Sita was manifested before Ravana came. So what Ravana touched or carried was Maya Sita, not original Sita. After Ravana was killed, when Lord Ramchandra said Sita ji had to, or Sita ji herself said, she ordered Lakshman, because when Ramji said that how I can accept you, you stayed in another man's house, like that. But being your husband, it is my duty to rescue you. I did that, but I cannot accept you back as my wife. So then Sita ji, she was, she was shocked and in tears, and she said, Lakshman, set the fire, the pyre for me to enter into Agni to prove my chastity. Because what's the use of this life? If my Lord does not accept me, then what is the use? Like that. So, of course, Lakshmanji, with great, he was looking at Lord Ramchandra and saying, please stop this, And then Lord Ramchandra was very, very grave and serious, and he said, do it. His heart was breaking, Lakshman. So he actually did that. And then Sita ji walked in that fire. She entered into that fire. And then she came out of that fire, effulgent, molten gold. So that Sita ji is the original Sita ji who was returned from Agni. And when Maya Sita entered Agni, she entered there, and original Sita came back. And it is that Sita who reunited with Lord Ramchandra. Where is this information given? It is given in Kurma Purana. Mahaprabhu found this in Rameshwar. In Rameshwar, he saw in Kurma Purana this page, and he immediately thought about this Ramdas, or that, Ramdas Vipra. So that Srirangapuri is different, right? Ramdas Vipra is different. Wait, 1 second. Then met Srirangapuri. Okay, so Srirangapuri is different and Ramdas Vipra is different. Okay, sorry if I confused you. So when Mahaprabhu saw this Kurma Purana about Maya Sita, he immediately thought about Ramdas Vipra. And then later on, what Mahaprabhu did was he tore that particular page, of course with the permission of the temple authorities there. He tore, and it was a very old, Purana, Kurma Purana, handwritten original. And he tore that page and he brought it to show to Ramdas Vipra, and pacified him, removed his unhappiness. And apart from this Kurma Purana, Mahaprabhu also brought 2 books back with him. One is Sri Brahma Samhita and the other is Krishna Karnamrita. Because these are excellent books. He wanted to present them to the devotees. You see, in Brahma Samhita, we get information of the spiritual world, all the details of Golok Vrindavan you get in Brahma Samhita, very much relevant to, uh, uh, you know, it's relevant to everyone, but those coming in the line of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is the highest philosophy. Highest philosophy means you get the highest truths. Others, it's just like when you go to high school and then you study about physics and math. And then when you go to college, then you study again math, if you choose that. But there it is more detailed compared to what you study in high school. And what to speak of when you go to postgraduate, right? Like that. And then when you do postdoc. So it's like higher and higher and higher. Like that, the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is the highest. It's the highest philosophy. So Mahaprabhu got this Brahma Samhita and Krishna Karnamrita for the devotees to present to the devotees, obviously Gaudiya devotees, Mahaprabhu's followers. So after collecting these books, now Mahaprabhu, so now we have to start with 121. So he came to Rameshwar, that's what we read so far. So in his travels to South India, Mahaprabhu started from Jagannath Puri and all the places that we read. So from Jagannath Puri, he went to near Vishakhapatnam, right, Andhra Pradesh, Kurma Kshetra. And from there, going through Tamil Nadu, Ranganath, and then going to Kerala, right, Trivandrum, finally came to the end, Rameshwar. And in Rameshwar, the Lord took these 2 books, Krishna Karnamrit and Brahma Samhita, and then now he started going back to Jagannath Puri. So that's what we read. Now we will see, continue from there. Vindhyavali Mataji.
Is that Ramdas Vipra is the same Ramdas from Bhadrachalam?
No, Mataji. I don't think so. Because that was Acha, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because why I'm saying no? He met Ramdas Vipra after Srirangam. So he's going down south towards Kerala.
I don't know.
Bhadrachalam is Andhra, right?
Bhadrachalam is Andhra. Because he feels for a Rama a lot. But
Of
Ramdas.
course. Yes.
He wrote lots of songs and till last moment. And he just put all his, what do you call, whatever money he had, he made jewelry and everything. Also, he makes song with that. So I made all this jewelry and everything, but I am like this, like that.
Yes.
So it's not same Vipra then.
I don't think it's the same. Although I cannot tell you 100% sure, but I don't think. And also, when you read about Ramdas's life, do you ever see him meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a sannyasi? I don't think,
That
right?
I don't. That I
He
don't.
just, I don't know much, just whatever I saw. They made a movie on Ramdas, so that's what.
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Orissa, that Jagannath is in Orissa, Katak, Puri. Puri is in Orissa. From Orissa to Andhra he came. Because
Yes.
there is a place in Barahampur that is the border for Orissa to Andhra.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
that
I
he
mean,
came
Kurma
south.
Kshetra is in Andhra only, no?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Mahaprabhu came. So all the Nishingadev temples, he went to Tirumala, Tirupati. All this is in Andhra. So he came.
Mm.
That's the first place actually. From Orissa, from Jagannath temple, the first thing that is mentioned is Kurma Kshetra.
Yeah. So that is Barahampur and that side only. If you come down.
But But
Very
when he met Ramdas, it does not mention. Then it should have been mentioned when Mahaprabhu was in, Jiyada Narasimha, Kurma Kshetra.
mm-hmm.
There it should have, or even Tirumala Tirupati. There it should have been mentioned that he met this devotee Ramdas Vipra, because that's where he was living,
Yeah,
Andhra.
Andhra.
But it's not mentioned there. From
Bhadrachalam.
there, Mahaprabhu went to Ranganath, and then he's going further south, down, down, down. Right? Bhattatari is already.
What is that he met with Vipra, that Ramdas Vipra? What did he do? I forgot.
So Mahaprabhu just met him while he was traveling he was in the forest. This
Mm-hmm.
Ramdas Vipra was in the forest. So we
Mm-hmm.
will read that pastime again when it comes. But
Mm.
he was very happy to see Mahaprabhu. He invited him to his ashram, and then he would go and collect in the forest some things to cook for Mahaprabhu. But that day he was not able to cook anything, nothing. He was not able to do, or maybe he cooked, but he was not eating himself. Then Mahaprabhu asked, "Why are you so sad? What's wrong?" He said, I cannot do anything because I'm not able to, I cannot live even. Knowing that my worshipable goddess Sita Devi, my mother Sita Devi, she's
Oh,
touched by this Ravana, I
oh,
cannot
okay.
like that. So this happened in, yeah, towards going on the way towards Kerala, like that, towards Rameshwar. So that's why I was thinking it is not the same Ramdas.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
Sure. Okay. So now we'll continue. Mahaprabhu took those two books, Krishna Karnamrita and Ramasam. पुनरपि नीलाचले गमन करिला भक्तगणे मेलिया स्नान यात्रा देखिला. After collecting these books, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to Jagannath Puri. At that time, the bathing ceremony of Jagannath was taking place and he saw it. So when Mahaprabhu came back to Jagannath Puri, what happened? So again, you can understand, he walked all the way from Jagannath Puri to Rameshwar. He walked back again, going through the places, and wherever he went, he would induce everyone to chant Hare Krishna, like Kirtan. Anyone who came in contact with Mahaprabhu, that one person, right? Anyone. So many people came in contact, but each person who came in contact with Mahaprabhu would go back to his village and convert the whole village into devotees. That's how empowered he was. So when Mahaprabhu was going to South India, we read that, and now he went back to Jagannath Puri. So directly we are seeing when he went back to Jagannath Puri, it was time for Snan Yatra. But we can understand again on the way back, he was meeting and chanting and
Nowadays we take flights for everywhere.
we
God,
are glad.
not,
We are
not
glad Mahaprabhu
driving,
didn't take
not
a
even
flight.
driving. Driving also we say, it's long distance. We cannot drive that many days. Take a flight. Oh God,
Yeah.
what a change, Mataji.
Yeah. So less interaction with people.
Yeah.
Then walking means there is dependence, right? Like you stop for so many days and months when you're
Yeah.
traveling, and then when you stop, you relate, you connect with people. Yeah, you form relations, right? And then that's how you preach also. So we are
Even
glad Mahaprabhu walked.
is very hard, that much distance.
And actually, that is why, even though there's so much technological development or
Yeah.
degradation, whatever we want to call, still parikrama is done on foot. Even to this day, every year we go on parikrama, Navadip Mandal parikrama, Rajamandal parikrama, Puri Yatra. We actually walk, devotees walk, right, for days together. Rajamandal parikrama is 1 month long. They simply walk, and wherever they stop in the evening, they set up tents. Of course, somebody sets up the tents ahead of time because there's thousands of people, devotees traveling. But then they stop at the tent, and there's trucks coming behind with all their baggage, right, their clothes and everything. And then there is cooking facility. It's done. They eat, take shower, and again they start walk all day long. hearing Krishna Katha. Walking is the Lord's
Very good health.
way of
Health. Walking is very good for
transportation.
health. That's why they didn't have this many doctors in those days.
Yeah. So, yes. So at that time, the bathing ceremony. So when Mahaprabhu came back to Jagannath Puri, it was Snan Yatra. Jagannath ji's Snan Yatra time. Anavasare Jagannathera Napaya Darshana Virahe Alalanatha Korila Gamana. When Jagannath was absent from the temple, so Snan Yatra means we all know, right? You see every year. Snan Yatra means the Lord goes into seclusion for 2
Yeah.
weeks. So then somebody who comes every day to take darshan of Jagannath, the next day when he comes to the temple, he sees the altar is empty. So it's a very sad feeling. What to speak of Mahaprabhu's situation? We just saw before we began reading the sequence of events, pastimes that took place. What is Mahaprabhu's mood when he saw Jagannath either on the Rath or in the temple? When he would see Jagannath, it's like Srimati Radharani looking at Krishna, who was in Dwaraka in separation from Braj, right? So, and exactly like Srimati Radharani, specifically in Kurukshetra when she saw him, right? After such a long time, she's seeing him. And imagine if Srimati Radharani came there and Krishna is not there, like she gets darshan of Krishna and it disappears. Or even Ras Leela, right? Where everyone, all the gopis were dancing with Krishna and all of a sudden Krishna disappears. What type of suffering is that? Right? You got Krishna and then you lost him. How much pain is that? So Mahaprabhu came and it was Snan Yatra, and after Snan Yatra, those 14 days are called Anavasara, right? Like during that time, Mahaprabhu is not on the altar, the absence. Anavasare Jagannathera Napaya Darshan. During Anavasara, that means when the Lord is not on the altar, not seeing Jagannath or not getting darshan of Jagannath, Virahe Alalanatha Korila Gamana. Out of great separation, he could not stand, Mahaprabhu could not stand that separation, like coming and seeing the altar empty. He couldn't bear that. So he just went away to Alalanath so that he doesn't have to see the empty altar where Jagannath is not present.
He
Like
should be in
Jagannath,
He should be in Gundisha, Mataji. Gundisha is just close there.
but Anavasara means at that time no darshan, right? Well, you give darshan. I guess you give darshan in Gundicha. You can go.
Gundicha they
That's
give.
true. They do. That's right. So yeah, I don't know.
I've been to Gundicha also, no? Those
Yeah,
places where they put Jagannath.
yeah.
That's not very
So
far from temple.
no, it's not. Yes, I went there also. So when Jagannath was absent from the temple,
Mm.
well, I guess seeing Jagannath is actually good point that you brought. See, when Srimati Radharani saw Krishna in Dwaraka, I mean in Kurukshetra, she was still not happy, right? She wanted Krishna to be in Vrindavan. Although you are the same Krishna, I am the same Srimati Radharani, still I am not getting the same pleasure. Uh, like that she said. So anyway, but Gundicha is Vrindavan. Gundicha is uh, equivalent to Vrindavan, and Puri is equivalent to Dwaraka.
Wow,
So, ah,
I never knew.
yes, yes. And this whole Rath Yatra festival is the gopis headed by Srimati Radharani pulling Krishna back to Vrindavan from
From
Puri,
Gundicha to temple.
from to Gundicha temple. That
The
means
Gundicha to temple.
pulling the, from Puri to Vrindavan. I mean Puri to Gundicha, Jagannath temple to Gundicha is like pulling Krishna from Dwaraka to Vrindavan.
Hmm. But
So
Rath goes from Gundicha to temple.
that is Ulta Rath, back when they go back. Actual Rath Yatra happens from Puri temple to Gundicha. And then for 1 week or whatever time that the Lord stays in Gundicha, and then the Lord comes back again to Puri. That is called Ulta Rath Yatra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here, let's go back to this. Mahaprabhu came, and it was so Mahaprabhu sees Jagannath in the Jagannath temple. Every day he goes to take darshan of Jagannath, and he couldn't stand. Yeah, that's a good point that you said. Why Mahaprabhu didn't go to Gundicha? I don't have an answer to that. But let's just read the purport. Let's see. When Jagannath was absent from the temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who could not see him, felt separation and left Jagannath Puri to go to a place known as Alalanath, a nearby place. Purport. Alalanath is also known as Brahmagiri. This place is about 14 miles from Jagannath Puri and is also on the beach. There is a temple of Jagannath there. So there's also one Jagannath temple in Alalanath. Because Mahaprabhu didn't see Jagannath in Jagannath temple in Puri, Mahaprabhu went to Alalnath, which is on the bank on the shore of the sea, and there is a Jagannath temple there. At the present moment, a police station and post office are situated there because so many people come to see the temple. The word Anavasara is used when Sri Jagannathji cannot be seen in the temple. After the bathing ceremony, Snan Yatra, Lord Jagannath apparently becomes sick. He is therefore removed to his private apartment where no one can see him. See? So you cannot go. You go to Gundicha. Even when I went to Gundicha temple, it was
Mm.
not at the time when the Lord is there.
No,
In between.
I also saw only place. Lord was not there.
That's when they allow you inside and they show you this is where Jagannath
Uh-huh.
stays. When he
Yeah,
comes and all that, they'll show you. But
yeah.
when the Lord is actually there, if you remember, even if you see the Rath Yatra, like they show it on television, right? They just close everything. Once the Lord goes inside, you cannot go inside with the cameras. But here on the Rath, as long as the Lord is on the Rath, cameras are there. You see the whole Rath Yatra. And then once they bring the Lord down from the Rath and take him inside the temple, the cameras are closed. They are not allowed inside, finished. So you don't get any more darshan inside. That is why. So Anavasara, and if you see even in our temples, when after Snan Yatra, you cannot see. From outside, you leave some cards for the Lord, get well soon. You take some boga and leave outside. You cannot go inside and take darshan. Only the pujari, specific pujari, normally, they have separate pujaris at that time. They just take care of Jagannath there when he is sick. Uh, so they cook separately for the Lord. They do his artis inside, and his dressing is also very simple and all that. But everyone is not allowed. So that answers that question. Why Mahaprabhu didn't go to Gundicha? Because nobody is allowed. And actually, that's the time when they also repaint the deities, whatever if they have to do any.
But
All that
every
is.
they cover their nose, they cover eyes, and they do like that. When they do the prasadam, they just cover their nose and then they just go. That's very strict. They do all the offering prasadam
Yes, Mataji. So why you're saying they cover their nose?
because they cannot smell. They are not
Ah,
supposed to smell.
right,
Because
right.
they take the prasadam when we were there. This big these things. What do you call
Pots.
taraj, and they
Right.
take pots and they yell like anything because
It's very
we have
it's
to go
very
back.
heavy and very heavy duty work, carrying such heavy
No,
pots
not only
and
that, they don't want anybody to be nearby. They yell
ah.
at us, and then we have to scare. We have to be scared and run away from there. And they cover their nose and they take that.
Now when I went, I saw they have like these barricades, so they're walking inside, and we can stand outside and see them go.
Yeah, we can see them, but
Yeah,
just we have to go far. We cannot say close by.
right. They have these barricades. You cannot come close. Yeah, stand behind the barricade and you can see.
And
Okay.
that is surprising. And when they put so many pots and they cook and they check from the top pot whether the rice is cooked or not. They cook nicely.
I know
This
that's a
is
whole
cannot
different.
cook like that. We cannot put 10, 15 pots together and cook from the bottom and then you see the top part, whether cooked or not. We cannot cook like that. But I don't know how they cook.
Mataji, it's not human beings doing. Lord
That's
Jagannath is doing
Jagannath.
everything there. Right? Lakshmi Devi cooks for the Lord. So everyone else, simply they are servants. They are assisting her in cooking for the Lord.
That's
So,
true.
yeah, let's
And
go.
sometimes if somebody sees or something, they throw all that food, Mataji. They make a hole and then they throw all the food. If something happens, seeing or smelling,
Yeah,
they don't
because it
wait.
is not offerable to the Lord
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah. So the word Anavasara is used when Sri Jagannath Ji cannot be seen in the temple. After the bathing ceremony, Lord Jagannath apparently becomes sick. He is therefore removed to his private apartment where no one can see him. Actually, during this period, renovations are made on the body of the Jagannath deity. This is
So
called Nava Yovana. Nava Yovana. Renovations.
he's
During the
always
Rath
there.
Yatras, during the Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath once again comes before the public. That's why so now after this Snan Yatra, there's another Rath Yatra. That is called Ulta Rath. Now again he comes back to
From
Jagannath temple
Gundicha to temple. Gundicha to
from
temple.
Gundija to Puri. Yes. And now he's all, decked up again, renewed, right? So during the Rath Yatra ceremony, Lord Jagannath once again comes before the public. Thus, for 15 days after the bathing ceremony, Lord Jagannath is not visible to any visitors. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is feeling great separation from Jagannath because he couldn't see for 15 days. He couldn't stand. You can imagine, right? I mean, even in this world, uh, you live with a family or you love someone very much. You see every day, right? And then all of a sudden that person is not there. You miss, isn't it? You miss. And it becomes unbearable, right? Depending on how intense that affection is even in this material world. What to
Yes.
speak of the supreme love of, you know, Srimati Radharani for Krishna, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself with Radha Bhava. How much separation, right? So
Why that much, Mataji, when we go to temple, if curtains are closed,
right,
how much we feel, oh, curtain is closed, I cannot see the deity.
yeah, yeah,
So we always feel that also.
yeah.
I can
So
understand
like
it.
that. So that's why Mahaprabhu is feeling I cannot stand here without seeing. Like, it's like the curtains are closed. Let's say the curtains are closed for 15 days. You come every morning, noon, and evening. Curtains are closed. Where's Jagannath? I cannot stand. Let me go to some other place like that.
Yes, that's true.
Bhakta sane dina kata koto tahai rohila gaudera bhakta aisa aise samachara paila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained for some days at Alalanath. In the meantime, he received news that all the devotees from Bengal were coming to Jagannath Puri.
Puri.
So, yeah.
Mm.
Actually, I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake here when I told you about Ulta Rath. Sorry. So, Mahaprabhu's Snan Yatra happens. Uh, Snan Yatra happens. So, this is not Gundicha. Snan Yatra happens in another Vedi. There's a platform. There's another place. And after that, he goes into seclusion for 15 days. And after 15 days, he comes out for Rath Yatra. This
Mm.
Rath Yatra goes from
Pundi,
uh,
Puri.
Puri to Gundicha. And
Mm.
in Gundicha, actually, because they do Gundicha festival in Mayapur also. I haven't seen in Puri, but I have seen in Mayapur. Uh, they set up a Gundicha temple, and you can actually go. You can cook for the Lord now. You can cook for the Lord. And then after those, so this is not 15 days. In Gundicha, the Lord doesn't stay too long, right?
Mm.
1 week only.
1
And
week
in
only.
that, because in that Hera Panchami also comes when Lakshmi Devi is coming. right? And then she's calling them back like that. They do different, each day there's different pastime, Jagannath
But
pastime, and every evening they sing Jagannath Ashtakam during that 1 week time when the Lord is in Gundicha, and we actually go and take darshan in Gundicha. But this is not Rath Yatra. Gundicha comes after Rath Yatra. So that's where we got mixed up, Mataji. Mahaprabhu, Jagannath didn't go to Gundicha. Jagannath, after Snan Yatra, is in a secluded private room. He's not in Gundicha. He is inside only, but he is not seen by anyone. And then, after the 15 days of, when he's sick and he recovers, now he comes out and then he's on Rath. This Rath goes from Jagannath temple. Jagannath temple means he won't go into the temple yet, but wherever he is within that compound only, wherever he is taking rest for 15 days, he comes out on the Rath directly. The Rath goes to Gundicha, stays in Gundicha for 1 week. Again, there is Ulta Rath that comes back to Jagannath temple. Now the Lord is going back on the altar. So it's
yes,
almost 20.
I saw once the Rath is going from Gundicha and the king comes and sweeps the road.
Both times, yes. The king sweeps the road for Jagannath. Yes. But Rath Yatra, first Rath Yatra means from Jagannath temple to Gundicha. That is Rath Yatra. And then after 1 week, now, Lakshmi Devi is calling because the Lord went away. No? So Lakshmi Devi comes and she calls him back, right? And she's actually very angry. She comes with her soldiers, and then she's calling them back. So then there is Ulta Rath after that. And once again, the Lord comes back to Jagannath temple. So this separation from the Lord before Rath Yatra, that's the point I'm trying to say. It's not that in Gundicha the Lord is there and Mahaprabhu couldn't see. No, he's not in Gundicha. He's now in private quarters. Nobody can see him. That's the point. So at that time, for 15 days, the Lord is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went off to Alalanath because he cannot see Jagannath. Nobody can see Jagannath. And then when he comes out for Rath Yatra, that's when Mahaprabhu will come back. He will pull the Rath and take the Rath to Gundicha because Gundicha is Vrindavan. So that's not hiding. That's actually celebration. Gundicha temple going there, it's not hiding, it's celebration. So I just wanted to make that correction. And yeah, it's time we have to end. But while Mahaprabhu was in Alalanath, when Jagannath is in seclusion after Snan Yatra, during that time, Mahaprabhu stayed in Alalanath for some days, and then he got news that all the devotees from
Bengal.
Bengal are coming to Puri to attend Rath Yatra. So
Yeah.
every year, all the devotees from Bengal would come because this was the Lord's instruction. Remember, when the Lord went, now he came back from South India. He went to South India. All the travels took place in the first 6 years of Mahaprabhu's um, uh, taking sannyas. So the first year when he went there, devotees came and the Lord instructed them, you should come every year. So every year devotees would come for Rath Yatra and they would stay there for 4 months, Chaturmas, and with Mahaprabhu performing Kirtan, and then they would go back. So this time, after South India travel, when Mahaprabhu came back, it was Snan Yatra time. So Mahaprabhu was in separation from Jagannath. He went to Alalanath. Snan Yatra time means after, he must have attended Snan Yatra. After Snan Yatra, when Mahaprabhu is not seeing Jagannath, he went to Alalanath. In Alalanath, he got news devotees are coming from Bengal to attend the Rath Yatra.
Where
So
is that
that's what.
Alalanath?
14 miles from Puri.
Oh,
Yeah, it is on the beach, it is said. It is also on the beach,
I
sea
never
beach.
heard that.
So we will stop here today.
It's
Thank you all so
interesting,
much.
Mataji.
Yes, very interesting.
Because I had been to all those places, but it's very much interested. For me, I never knew that Alalanath, but
Yeah.
Puri I enjoyed. Every weekend we used to go. We lived in Cuttack. Used to go every weekend.
Very
That was the
nice.
best part in my life I had.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.